Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It's me, Adrianne, and I have been missing in action for a couple of weeks now. Main reason being is it's been raining consecutively every day, sometimes 2, 3 times a day for 2 weeks straight. So I've not been able to get back out here since the last video. So I don't even know what the state of the garden space even looks like, because I'm not even going to lie, I've not come out here to check on anything too much. I just kind of peer out of the windows periodically between thunderstorms and see what's going on. So we've not been able to weed. I've not been able to cut anything back. And my husband has been able to get out here at least once and get the grass cut, but it's about that time again. So he's trying to strategize that. So I don't know. We'll do a quick little I guess like a little walk around and see how everything is progressing, and check the state. I do see some limbs down from this tree, so we'll probably get a hold of that too. So let's get into it. All right. Like I said, I'm coming out here in between rainstorms currently. Oh, there's some weeds and some ivy. I need to get that up ASAP right there. Probably from a bird, more than likely, because I don't have ivy growing in my garden like that. Everything's looking full, which is including a couple of weeds here and there. I see a couple of big ones. Nothing major though, which is good. You guys can see too, the butterfly bush are looking really good. The chlorosis is pretty much non-existent now, so they look great. I do not deadhead my butterfly bush. I just kind of let them be. These hydrangeas are definitely bulking up in size. Another note too about hydrangeas. Yeah, I'm not sure where this ivy is coming from, but it's got to go, because that stuff can take over really quickly. Another side note about my hydrangeas is, because we've been having so much rain, they've not had time to like recuperate and perk back up after each rainstorm. So that's what my lime lights are looking like right now. But I'm going to talk about the little limes up front, because they're completely almost laid down to the ground. So I'm probably going to go cut me a couple of bouquets from that. Here is some of the coleus that we planted previously, the gorgeous sprinkler system. I haven't even been able to come in and reel any of this stuff up. Side note, the grassy area over here is doing wonderful with all of this rain. So it's starting to actually look like lawn again, which is wonderful. The hydrangea that we planted here is putting on some new growth. I see that bright chartreuse. I got some volunteer, lots of volunteer from last year. Impatience going on. There's some there. I see some on the other side of the fence with more ivy. I don't know where the heck this stuff is coming from. Take a look over here. I guess this is like a little mini garden tour. Yeah, look at those volunteer impatiens down there. So this mix was called Utopia, and I loved it. You guys. Fairy Trail Bride. I say it all the time, get you one. They're beautiful and massive. Got some ferns in there, more hostas, carax, some more volunteer impatiens. I need to come see. I told you I haven't even been able to trim anything back. Oh, my curcuma, the rain is just kind of beating it right down in the middle. Yeah, I'll have to come get that. But to look at the curcumas. I think I'm saying that right. Curcuma. Hudson Bay hostas mixed in with the plant sale hosta. These had the most beautiful blooms. They look like tutus, purple or lilac-y tutus. They were gorgeous. My hellebores. What hellebores? I'm not sure if that's just a thing, because I've never noticed it before. But they want to flop. And in the center, and this is the first year that I've noticed it doing that. I also noticed a vine trying to grow up in my hosta, so I need to come cut that out. More impatiens back through there, and a volunteer. Looks like a maple tree I need to come pull up. This hosta will get moved probably next spring. It just gets too much sun right here. That's my diamond lake, and it looks like this towards the end of the season every year because of the amount of sun. But it's a relatively healthy plant. Tiny tough stuff. Hydrangea. You can see all the chartreuse new growth popping through. It loves it over here. And the lamb's ear, which is getting a ton of moisture. It is so happy. This is the giant lamb's ear. This is Helen Bonstein. This I have to tackle at some point. Lord, look at the pollinators on that one playing the blues. If y'all can see all that activity. They're everywhere. It's an amazing plant. Someone had them on sale online for $5 a piece, and I had them in my cart, and I think I got sidetracked with back to school stuff, and I don't think I ever purchased them. So I'm gonna go and see if there's any more left. And then that back there is like it's bulking up a little bit. That's my Mexican petunia. And a hydrangea. Everything else this bed, ooh, desperately needs edging. Grass needs cutting. This Gara is odd. I don't know. It's just kind of squat and fat, and it's not shot out a lot like my white Gara. So we will see what continues to happen with it. I mean, it's bulking up quite nicely, but it's not doing anything else, if you can even tell where the Gara is. But this is the Gara right beside my double scoop cranberry cornflowers and summer song firefinch. There's two different ones. They both look the same to me, if you want to be quite honest. So if you can't find summer song firefinch, get you a double scoop cranberry. They look the same. I've really got to get in here and weed. That's not going to be on the agenda today because I really want to get things planted in the ground today. So before school starts back, I want to get everything that I possibly can in the ground today before the next storm rolls in. This is ready for its second succession of blooms. I already put out a show of the first one. But it's heavily budded up again. So I typically blooms for me about twice. So it'll bloom its really big flush earlier parts of the summer. Then it'll bud back up, and sometime in August it will put out more. So you can already see it's heavily produced more buds. Just hibiscus, y'all, is an amazing perennial. Their blooms do only last a day, unfortunately, but they give you so many blooms that you're okay with that. You're really okay with it. So yeah. All right, let's see. Here is just a little side island bed here with the Japanese maple. It's a simple bed this year. Just a little bit of liripe, some coral bells or heuchera, and some hostas. Daylilies. Thank God we got some rain because they were looking a little rough. And if you've been following me, you can see clearly that we're missing a plant. We are missing the petunias. So totally user error on my part. I was not watering them as frequently as they would like to be watered because I was under the impression that every time we got really heavy rains that this was getting watered too, and it really wasn't getting watered that much. So when I reached in here, it was quite dry, and so I just kind of pulled them out, and I kind of like that better. It's just a little bit more crisp and clean. I may stick a coleus in there because I have like 16 more coleus, so we may do that. Right here looks pretty decent. This is just my hosta bed, pretty much. Well, hi, Callie. So this is just Larabi, some varieties of hosta, Empress Wu, Wu La La, Coast to Coast. Hostas are all throughout here, and they all look really good. Everything looks pretty fresh, as you could imagine, with 2 weeks of rain. Everything except for my lemony lace elderberry. Probably gonna have to, you can't even see it right there. Probably gonna have to let it go. I don't know if it's just not living its life in that spot. I will try it again, just maybe in a, ooh, sorry, I was shaking the camera. I was scratching. I just don't know if it's not living its life. I will probably try it again, maybe in a different location. But it's just not doing it right there. But the hostas are, these are my Empress Woos. There's a Woo La La right here. Kitties, behave. I, Callie, no ma'am. All right, anyway, so here they all are. My Brunera is doing good as well. And this is the newest Empress Woo and Woo La La that I got in the ground. Also, I don't know if you can see them that well, but there's one there. I got about 4 or 5 of them in here. That's Media Shower Verbena. Planted them really late in the game, but I don't get overly concerned about that because we have a pretty long growing season. So they should have plenty of time to bulk up, and it is incredibly hot even with all of the rain. So they should be good to go. Let's see, what else do we have? My ivy from my pot, my evergreen in my pot, and then I think in here is just some sweet potato vine that's doing something. So media, no, what is that down there? No, I can't remember when I planted it on. More of the violet ice, Superbena. That's a Superbena. It's the pink one. That's right, back there. But anyway, this is violet ice, Superbena. I have not been out here to do any kind of water soluble fertilizing of this, so it is what it is. And behind it, the pink is the Truffula Pink Gumfrina. This is more maintenance that I need to come take care of. I need to deadhead the daisies. They really need to be deadheaded really badly. So I will probably come out here and do that. And look, you guys, at my little limes. Look at that one. It's completely bent over. So to correct it, what I'm going to come out here and do, I really need to probably stake it. But it's so heavy with moisture right now that it's just, I'm not even going to fool with doing that. I'm going to come in here, cut some of these blooms off. So that it can at least have a chance to perk back up. I probably will come out here with some bamboo stakes and pull it more towards the back. But yeah, that one was so nice and full too. I just really want something sturdy out here, and I mean, eventually I guess they'll get there with their stems, but I think that's just a part of being a hydrangea owner. You know, you're going to have some flopping issues. Sorry about the background noise. We're right on the road here. Guys, we had a deer come through here, ate my hostas. So I'm like, I've not seen them since. I don't think they've been back since. We've had a lot of new construction in the area. So I'm thinking it was kind of flushing them out, and they were just looking for a snack. Thank God they did not make it to, well, they did nibble on one of my Empress Woos right over there. But then that was it. But I have been putting the pellets down that you shake around the plants, you water it in, and then I guess the roots soak it up, and then the plant just tastes disgusting to them. So that's what I have been doing with those. So I noticed that they stopped at those, and I did not do it with that one because it was in a container. I just didn't even think about it, honestly. And the only reason I've been shaking it out there is to keep the chipmunks away. So it worked. So yeah, unfortunately it's not the most beautiful right now because it needs to be weeded and with all of the rain. But I mean, she's still giving a look. Let's go over here. There's not really a whole lot to see over here. I did dig all the hostas up from this area that were getting too much sun. And It is so wet out here, y'all. But here are these. And then the violet ice over there on the corner. More Empress Woos. So it's not terrible looking out here, but it's not the best that it could be. I don't even want to look at the side over here because I'm almost positive it's atrocious. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. But yeah, it looks kind of rough. Oh no. Why is my Gara beat down to the ground like this? Y'all, the rain, you know, you pray for the rain, then you get the rain, then you complain about something that's happening. So I'm just gonna hush. It's not dead. Ooh, the weeds. Ooh, let's just move on. My inkberry hollies, if they die, they die. I'm going to replace them with boxwoods. They're putting on new growth. I mean, they're doing it. But they have lost almost all of their foliage except for this one. Don't know if it's too much moisture or not enough. Maybe too much sunlight. They look awful. But the Cleome looks beautiful. This is Senorita Rosalita. And there's tons of grass growing up in there too. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, guys. The chiffon looks good, but look at all the weeds behind my beauty berry. Whew. I mean, you miss a lot when you're not out here consistently. Crumbs cream, daylily right there. Let's go. Oh, it looks like I lost a steel bee. And I'm not sure what's happening with this one either. And honestly, if they're going to have this really nasty looking bright yellowy green hue to them, I don't really think I want them. That's my phlox. But look at that one. It's like half dead, half alive. I'm not really sure. On a side note, the Veronica is looking beautiful. My goodness. It's not even missing a beat, nor is the red hot poker that's shooting up a new bloom. That is the Proven Winners one. I've yet to plant the other ones. And a geranium. All right, let's take a look real quick. Let's see what's going on. So these two look great. Oh, you know what? I bet this one. So we have a wraparound porch. Pan slowly. So our porch literally wraps almost, probably more than half of our home. And a certain portion of it is under a covering. And I'm thinking that one is under a covering, which means when we get all these heavy rains, it's not getting any moisture. So looks like I lost one, you guys. It's all good. It happens. That's what happens when you're not able to get out here and really keep a check on things. That happens, and all that happens. All those flipping weeds. Woo! It's okay. We're not on weed patrol today. I just want to get things in the ground. And maybe I'll catch a break. I know it's supposed to rain the remainder of the week as well. I think into next week as well. So, but side note, look at my beautiful plant stash. So some of the stuff I am going to be getting in the ground today. Mostly I want to get my coneflowers in the ground that I picked up from Lowe's recently. And I also picked up more phlox. This phlox is beautiful. It is by Proven Winners. And it is... Oh, prismatic pink. And it most definitely is that. I think I got 3 of these. And they're losing their petals left and right. But it's okay. Alright, so I got some hostas that I picked up at Home Depot. Well, one I picked up at Home Depot. I think that other one came from, I think that may be a Sun and Substance. I may have got that from Surfscape, who I order some plants from time to time. And then I still have the variegated hydrangeas. Those are my main things I really want to get in the ground. And I do have a rose that I really want to get in the ground somewhere also. And the Jacob's ladder, you guys, that's been out here all season long. I'm shocked it's even looking like that right now, to be quite honest with you. All right, so let me tie my hair back. And I didn't even walk down there, but anyway, it's all looking the same, y'all. I do need to go check on my trees. All right, these are looking great. I need, if I want to come trim it off, I probably need to now. But look, oh my goodness, they look wonderful. So they're bouncing back. You guys may remember these. I had these in a plant haul video. I got them for, what was it? Was it 20 something bucks a piece? I don't know. I have to go back and look at the video because I'm probably spreading false information. But I got them heavily discounted. I do know that much. And they have a ton of new growth on them now. Look at all that. All those coming out. So I told you, you just gotta be patient. Trust the process. My husband looks out the window. He's like, why is it brown? And I'm like, that's just the dead blooms. I'm gonna come and trim those off. It'll be right as rain. So he's like, okay. So I'm like, if you go out there, you'll see it's still very much alive and it's doing great. So by next season, for sure, unless something unmentionable happens, they should be doing okay. Also, another thing that I've noticed that is bushing out like crazy with all this rain is my climbing rose Bathsheba. So she's not dead, she's surely alive, and she's doing great. I remember when I planted it back here, there was only one little sprout, and now she's covered in little leaf foliage emerging here, so that's a wonderful thing. Also, my other pink chiffon Rose of Sharon is hanging in there too, and she's got some buds going on, so that's good news. She's doing great underneath the canopy of this crepe myrtle. And then these two lonesome doves out here. These are my Wu La La and Empress Wu Hosta. I put them right here because this is a storm drainage runoff. So we get a little man-made creek back here every once in a while. I see some vine trying to grow up on the fence. I need to come and hack off. But yeah, so every once in a while we'll get that, and it's not my Tradescantia slapped down to the ground, which is fine. I do kind of want to get rid of this very large shrub though. It's just massive. It's two of them flanking each side of the storm drain. I can feel like I can plant something else much more attractive there. And the rest of the garden space is pretty much looking okay. I'm going to scout out because this fall, you guys, I'm probably going to be reworking this entire bed underneath here. Because I'm noticing that some things are getting a little bit more sun and they're not really happy about that. So I'm probably going to allocate this block over here to more sun-loving things, and then I'm going to allocate this block to things that typically want a little bit more shade, like my hostas. So I'm probably going to be moving my oak leaf hydrangeas either along the fence line or right along this curve right here. I think they'll be happy right there too. And I'm just reserving this whole little nook over here for hostas and ferns. I think that'll be quite beautiful. I was very much inspired by a recent garden tour, and just seeing how things take time to develop, and also seeing how sometimes it just takes a fresh eye, looking in, getting inspiration from somewhere, whether it's in nature, somebody else's own backyard, or just sitting in your own backyard and then just having an epiphany moment. But in this case, it was somebody else's backyard, and I don't know, it just resonated with me so much, and I'm like, I can do that back there. So I'm going to block this whole area off. Further back you get, it'll be a little bit more sun-loving things, probably more hydrangeas up in that area. But yeah, so this whole area is just going to get completely revamped, and I'm pretty excited about it. So that'll be something I can do during fall break for sure when I'm out with the kids. So I really, like I said, I want to get some things in the ground now. I'm doing a lot of talking, and I did an impromptu garden tour, which I wasn't expecting. But before school starts back, I go back a week before the kiddos do. So I need to, I got the rest of this week and next week, you guys, and that's it. And we're back on the grind, the hustle and bustle of school. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll also see how my videos do when I go back to work. This summer I've had off, you know, I've had a lot of extra time to spare. So yeah, all right, let's get into it, y'all. That's a lot of talk. Let's do some things here. Also, too, I don't know, maybe it's got to be me. I don't know if I pruned it incorrectly or what, but my Russian sage is looking quite pitiful in this little spot. I got it last year on clearance, and I probably should have left it alone. Here are the coleus that I planted. Can't remember the name. It's not Wicked Witch, but it's the other one. And I always get them confused, and I cannot think of the name of it right now. It's evading me. I'll pop it up if I remember to do that. Also, these bloomed beautifully. My hibiscus. Which one is this? Holy Grail with the really deep, rich red blooms. I can get down with those. But you see all these weeds. There's some Tradescantia, but the rest of this weedy stuff, there's some hosta somewhere in there. I'm over this. So I want to get something back here that's going to be productive and look really good in the process. Y'all, me and my husband have been talking about a pond. I want some fish. I want a koi pond. My daughter, I think it all spurred from my daughter who wanted a baby hedgehog. And I'm like, a hedgehog? She's 4. And she's like, I really want a baby hedgehog. And I'm like, that might be okay. So we start looking it up. Found out we actually can't have hedgehogs here in Georgia. It's illegal. So she was heartbroken for days, running around the house crying about a baby hedgehog. So I'm like, we'll figure something else out. I think it's fish. She's super excited about the idea because every time we go to the garden center, she's like her dad, she likes to be near the water, and she'll sit there and watch those fish and their koi pond forever. So I'm like, maybe that'll be something we can do right down here. Maybe have like a little waterfall coming down from here, the koi pond right down in there where the bench is. I think it would be pretty. Also, I thought about having it here, right off of the patio area, so you can just walk out to it, see the koi, and then you'll have more room to extend it down as years progress. And you can have your waterfall here, another big pond, maybe like a stream for them or something. I don't know, y'all. The possibilities are endless. Anyway, let me figure out what plants I want to grab out real quick. And not going to be watering anything in today either, you guys. We've got so much rain. My feet are already soaking wet in my tennis shoes. I don't think it'll be necessary. So let's go. All right, you guys. We're on the side of the house. I think this little area will be perfect for the phlox and for the coneflowers. And I also found a bag of gladiola bulbs. No, yeah. Yes, it's gladiolas. Sorry if you can hear that. Somebody's radio is really loud. There's some gladiolas that have already started to sprout because I left my rolling cart out here, forgetting that it rained, and they were sitting down in the cart, so it held the water in it, and they started to sprout. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant the gladiolas down in the ground and see what happens. I wasn't expecting to have to do that, but I really don't want to waste them all at the same time, so I'll just throw them up here somewhere, and they'll probably come back for me year after year because that's just what they do. I may put them over here. I may find another spot to put them in that I think is beautiful. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I do know that I want the coneflowers to go over here. I guess this will just be like my little pollinator corner over here. I don't want to, and I think I've stressed this before, I don't want to plant any shrubs in this area because we have so many utilities that run on this side of the house. We have the gas, we have the electric, and we have the internet all underground over here. And the off chance that they have to come out here and dig again, I don't want to have to relocate a whole shrub versus just having to dig up a perennial for a split second, put it in a pot, and then stick it back in the ground. It's much easier than having to dig up a fully established shrub. To me. So that's why I'm going with a lot of perennials over here versus just having this as a hedge of something. It's just much easier in my mind to have to deal with versus the alternative. All right, so yeah, there we go. Also, you guys, I'm pretty positive I ruined a half a bag of plant tone, but I digress. Here we go. Let's go. I got my biotone. Alright, not even sure if I even went over the stats of any of these. So the phlox, which is right there, it is Proven Winners Illuminary Prismatic Pink. So it is a full sun-loving perennial. It'll get at least 6 hours of sunlight over here. Definitely so. But it gets to be about 32 to 34 inches tall and about 24-inch to 28-inch spread, and it is hardy zones 3 through 8. So I am a zone 8. It does like full 2-part sun, so like I said, it'll get that over here for sure. Sun usually disappears over here at about 1 o'clock, 1:30, like clockwork, unless it's days like today where we are overcast. There is some of the stats for that one. The coneflower was just a Lowe's variety of coneflower, you guys. It wasn't anything fancy schmancy. It was just beautiful when I saw it. Let's see. Here is the tag for that one. Prairie Splendor Coneflower or Echinacea. Anyway, it's an upright perennial. It comes back year after year. It does like at least 6 hours of sunlight. So it's the same thing, full to part sun conditions. And let me check the hardiness out on this one for you guys because I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, average mature size is 18 to 22 inches tall and 24-inch spread. So pretty decent sized little plant there. And it's hardy zones 3 and above. So if you're zones 1 and 2, I apologize. It's not hardy for you. That tag's filthy, but maybe you can see a little bit of information on that one. So my thing with coneflowers is once they get established, it doesn't really take them long to get kind of situated into their little habitat. And considering that we've been getting a tremendous amount of rain these past couple of weeks, they should adapt really well. You guys, the gladiolas, I don't really know where I want them to go. And I thought I was going to put them in this little area, but the more I keep thinking about it, the more I'm just like, I don't know. Because I'm hoping, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to get some more play in the blue salvia. I'm also hoping that my Mexican petunia right there does its thing and kind of naturalizes a little bit more in that area. So if it does, then it's going to need some space to kind of roam around and figure itself out. If it doesn't, and if it just comes back like that, I'm okay with that too. I'll just add another one every year because I think they're beautiful. Like I'm hearing thunder, and I don't want to be out here too much longer. I still didn't find an exact location to put my hydrangeas or my rose. So that will be something for another video. I think I may have a spot for my rose, and I think it'll be happy in that location, but it looks like it's going to have to be on another day when I'm not fighting thunder showers. So I will also find a spot for those gladiolus to be as well. I really want to get them somewhere before they really start doing their thing and taking off like they already are. But anyway, you guys, I want to, here, let me take my hair down and I'll spin the camera around and I'll formally give you my goodbyes. One minute. Yeah, okay, it's starting to rain, so that's going to wrap up today's video. It's kind of short and sweet, but I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to fight through the thunderstorms and the rain, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also, give me some comments, some suggestions, especially for underneath the trees down there, because I feel like I'm just having a moment of like, ugh. But we'll get there. So yeah, thank you all so much. Also, thanks to all the new subscribers out there and the supporters. I see you. I appreciate you all so much. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.